Merry meet everyone. Welcome back to Witches of the Moon. I'm your Wednesday host, Houston, and this week, week 6, we are talking about pre-written spells, like spells you find in a spell book, versus your own spells, and our experiences with them, and our opinions on our point of views on such. So, let me start off, there are tons of spell books on the market, and I do mean tons of spell books on the market, anything ranging from your beginning basic teen spell books, which I do have, and I did, when I first started my craft, that's what I went to. And they go with problems that, involve with high school stuff, things in high school. Then there's more of your advanced, and what I mean by advanced is, I guess, more adult problems. I have a book. Give me one second. Okay. I have a book that I refer to a lot. I don't use a lot of the spells out of here, but I refer to it just for like correspondence's sakes. But it is Spells for Tough Times, Crafting Hopes When Faced with Life's Thorniest Challenges by Carrie Connor. Me and my partner both have a copy of this book. It goes through everything through yourself, family, and children, like the worst case scenarios, relationships, pets, health, house and healthcare, career, life, work, home, legal problems, finances, and the world and death, or the chapters. But the video isn't to talk about the spellbook. I'm just saying more complicated, like more adult stuff, kind of like these guys. Or that guy, not these guys. I've only shown you one book. So there are multiple upon multiple spell books on the market, and you can find them in range of paperback, hardback, and ebook form, all online, all on Amazon or in your local, metaphysical store or what have you. Those spells in that book are fantastic as reference points, in my opinion. Now, am I going to sit here and say that I've never used a spell word for word out of a book? I have. And has it given me results? It has. But would the results of that spell been a little bit more powerful if I added my own flair to it? Possibly. So, with that being said, spellwork is fantastic if you're creating the spells, if you're doing it yourself, and it can be a really very powerful way to manifest your desires. Now, when you first start off, I recommend, since you don't really know much about spell writing or spell crafting, I recommend using the spells out of the book and seeing where you go from there, and then you can experiment. If you don't, one of the things that gets under my skin with a lot of newer people to the craft, and I just say this is my personal point of view, and it's more of the inexperience, where they've been told that if you don't have everything for that, or they feel like if they don't have everything for that spell in the book, they can't do that spell until they have everything. You don't need all these items to perform spell work. Even if you're following stuff by the book, there are things you can substitute out of it. Like, let's say one of the spells calls for, we're doing a money spell, so it calls for a green candle, some silver coins, some basil, some draw money incense, and a petition. And the petition is going to Ganesh to bring in good fortune and open up good luck. So if you don't have that draw money incense, or you don't have a green candle, you can look through, if you have a book of correspondences, or look online and see what scents you have available then and there, or don't use incense at all. And for the candle colors, you could do, instead of a green candle, you can have a white candle and have it on a piece of green construction paper, or create your own green candle where you melt a green crayon over a white candle to make it green for visual representation. So that's just one of my pet peeves with the inexperienced when it comes to spell work. But I personally believe that writing your own spells and doing things from the heart and crafting your spell work, and it is an art. It's kind of an art form. This is a craft. And crafting your spell work, become the result and the energy that are behind the spell is multiplied by you putting all your energy into first writing the spell, creating the idea, figuring out what you want to do for the spell, what kind of spell, writing it out, gathering all the ingredients, then finally putting it into place and doing it. That entirety is the spell. Whereas if you get it out of a book, someone's already made it. All you have to do is gather the supplies and do it that way. And I'm not saying, actually I did say one's better than the other. And I don't mean to, I guess I don't mean to sound that way. I'm backtracking a little bit, I guess. I think spells out of a book are fantastic. If you need a quick if you need a quick spell, then you can't, come up with one on the spot. You need something here, now. You have all the supplies to do it, and it's a spell out of a book, and you can put the intention behind it. That's fantastic. I also think that since a lot of my magic is impromptu, I don't do a lot of stuff out of the books. I do and I don't. My more impromptu stuff, I don't. The stuff I well researched, I grab from book to book to book and piece it together. But a lot of my impromptu spell work and my rituals are just that. They are with few items that I grab around my kitchen or need for my altar or my living room or whatever, and I sit down and do the spell either in my kitchen, by my altar, my bedroom, or in the living room or outside in the yard. So this is just for me. I think they're both fantastic, but I do think that the spells that are written in the book, you're not going to get as powerful as a manifestation, or powerful as a, my words are escaping me tonight, as powerful as a bang or boom from the spell, for lack of better terms, than the person who wrote that spell in the book, because it's tailored to their needs at their specific times, and they created it, so to speak, for others to use. So I don't think you're going to get as much zing out of that spell that they would, since they created it. So that's just my opinion. But I'm not saying, again, I want to apologize for what I said earlier. I don't think that one is better than the other. I do, but at the same time, it's like if you're going to use spells written out of a book and you need them and you have that desire, they can be extremely powerful. So I'm talking in circles, and I really do apologize. But my main underlying thing before I babble on too much is that if you write your spells out or write your rituals out, they're going to be a lot more powerful because they're more personal than if you're reading them from a book. So with that being said, I'm going to stop talking because I'm just continue talking myself in circles and contradict myself, and I apologize for that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next week, next Wednesday on Witches of the Moon. And until then, many blessings.